So good day viewers, welcome to another mathematics lesson. So here I want us to look at linear programming paper 2. So this is a question that came in 2015 mathematics paper 2 for external candidates. So the question reads, answer the whole of this question on a sheet of graph paper. These are the instructions. So you must first make sure that everything that you are going to answer here, you'll answer on the sheet of what? Graph paper. So this is the question. Mrs. Kawena bakes 2 types of cakes for sale, type A and type B. To satisfy her regular customers daily, she must bake A, at least 10 cakes of type A, B, at least 20 cakes of type B. Taking X to represent the number of cakes of type A and Y to represent number of cakes of type B. Write 2 inequalities which satisfy the above conditions. 2 marks. So here, they want us to come up with the 2 inequalities for A and B for these 2 conditions. So, they have told us that this person was baking the 2 types of cakes, type A and type B. Okay? So, in order for us to answer, we must allocate the letters. They have told us that X should represent the number of cakes of type A. Okay? And Y should represent the number of cakes for type what? B. That is our first step. Right, so cakes for A, they are being presented by X. Cakes for B, they are presented by Y. So what we need to take note of again is the word at least. Okay? So if you remember, we said the word at least, this word at least, it goes with the inequality sign greater or equal to. This is what we must know. So for question 1, to satisfy her regular customers daily, she must bake at least 10 cakes of type A. So, type A presented by X. So, the first inequality that you are going to have, say X at least, so greater or equal to what? 10. At least 10 cakes of type A. Then B, for B, at least 20 cakes of type B. So, at least 20 cakes of type B. So this B presented by letter Y. So we are going to write Y greater or equal to what? 20. So you must pay attention to the words that are being used. This is our step 1. So these inequalities should be written on the graph paper. So this is your graph paper. So remember, this is question Roman numeral 1. We have A and B. So you indicate nicely on your graph paper the question numbers that you have answered for. Okay. Then from here, let us now look at our question 2. So coming back to our question 2 right here. To avoid wastage, the total number of cakes she should bake per day must not exceed. So you take note of this word, not exceed. Must not exceed 70. Write another inequality which satisfies this condition. 1 mark. So we need to come up with another inequality which will satisfy this condition. So the key word here that they have used, they have said must not what? Exceed. So for this one, not exceed. So not exceed, we said the inequality symbol is less or equal to. It must not go beyond. Okay? So this means that when we combine the number of cakes that she's making per day, they say the total number of cakes she could bake per day. So if we combine the cakes for A and the cakes for B, okay, they should not be more than 70. So here, to come up with our third inequality for Roman numeral 2, when we combine X plus Y, because total, we get the number of cakes for A and for B. This is X and Y presenting cakes for A and B. Should not exceed 70. So this is our third inequality. Okay? So we can present also this on the graph paper like this. Like this. So this is how you present. Make sure that you pay attention to the question numbers. Okay? So that the examiners, they will be able to see clearly as they are marking you. So we have answered our Roman numeral 2. Let us look at the second question, okay? So here we are just writing the inequalities according to the questions on the graph paper. So we have looked at this and this. We now come to third question. The point x, y represents x cakes of type A and y cakes of type B. So they are just telling us the same information, that the cakes of type A, they are presented by x, and x of type B, they are presented by y. So using a scale of 2 centimeter to represent 10 cakes on each axis. So they have told us that we must use the scale of 2 centimeter, okay? 2 centimeter to represent 10 cakes on each axis. This information simply means that when you start from the x-axis, there should be a difference of 10 units on both axes, on each axis. That's what they have said. Draw x and y axis for, so this range, very important, this is for x and this is the range for y. Present the 3 inequalities above on your graph and shade the unwanted region. You shade the unwanted region to indicate clearly the region x, y must lie. So here, let's take note of the range. Alright, so first step 1, we take note of the range. So this is 0 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 80. So since there is x here, this tells us that this is the range for x-axis. 0 less than or equal to y less than or equal to 80. So since there is y, this is the range for y. Now, this range is very important. This is why I've written it separate so that you understand. So what this range means is that they have told you that we should be using 2 centimeter to represent how many units? 10 units. Okay, on each axis, on x-axis and y-axis. This means that if you are starting from, if you are using 10 units to be in between, so in the x-axis, if you start from 0, okay, as you are moving, the next step should be 10. So from 0 to 10, there is a difference of 10 units. Again, from 10 to go to the next stage, should be in between 10 units. So you go to 20. Okay, again to the next, you go to 30. Again, you go to 40. Again, you go to what? 50. Again, you go to 60. Again, you go to 70. Lastly, you come to 80. This is what they mean. So this range, you can see in between here. Okay, in between, there is a difference of 10 units. This is what this range means. Same with this one, because we are using 10 units on each axis according to this information right here, using a scale of 2 centimeter to represent 10 cakes on each axis. Okay, now let us look at our graph. Okay, all right, so this is our graph now. This is where the issue now is. So when you look at this graph right here, okay, so I'm just using it for demonstration purposes. You are not supposed to start from here, but if you have enough space, you can start from here. I just want to show you. They say 2 centimeters. So this box from here to here, this is 2 centimeters. So if I write my Cartesian plane starting from here, it means this side I'm going to have x-axis, then going up I'm going to have y-axis. So this means that if I start from here, okay, from here, if this is my origin in the x-axis, to come here I'll write 10, to come here I'll write 20, then to come here I'll write 30, to come here I'll write 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, just like that. Even in the y-axis, 2 centimeters, meaning the entire box. Okay, then in between this box, there are 10 boxes inside. So the way they are counting, if it's 0 from here, okay, the way they are counting, okay, so when they start from the origin, they'll say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's how they are moving. Okay, so even from here, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, that is how they are moving. So let's say we can now use our range to draw on the graph. So this is what you have, the range that we have talked about. Okay, so in the x-axis from 0 to 80, y-axis from 0 to 80. So we'll present it like this. So you can see I've got the origin right here. So here is just a matter of measuring before you write anything, as long as you understand your range, just like I've explained. So from 0, the origin, this is the x-axis, and in the x-axis we have cakes of type what? A. And in the y-axis right here, we have cakes of type B. So here we have from 0 up to 80. You can see from 0 to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. So in between from 0 to 10, there is a difference of 10 units according to the instructions. Again, from 20 to 10, there is a difference of 10 units, okay? Even in the y-axis, just same, from 0 to 10, difference of 10 units. 10 to 20, difference of what? 10 units. Now, this is our graph. So remember, they want us to plot these inequalities right here. So the first inequality, it's x greater than or equal to 10. So meaning that we'll be having solid lines, okay? So x greater than or equal to 10. We just have to identify in the x-axis where 10 is, okay? Alright, so in the x-axis right here, you can see the 10 is here. So just get your ruler like this, okay? Then you come up with the line x is equal to 10. So I'll come up with the line. This is the line. Okay, so this line, it is x equal to 10. Now, according to the instructions, we shade the unwanted what? Region, okay? We describe the unwanted region. All right, so this tells us that if this is x is equal to 10, so we said the inequality is x greater than or equal to what? 10. So the x greater than or equal to 10, when we go this side, we have numbers that are greater than or equal to 10. So we are describing the unwanted region according to the question, as you can see on my right hand side. So we are going to shade this part right here, okay? So shade this side. This is where we are going to shade. So it will be like this. So this is how our shading will be, x greater than or equal to 10. So our shading will look like this, as you can see. Okay, this is the part or the side that we are going to shade. So I hope that it's clear. Then we come to the second one. So for the second one, they are saying that y greater than or equal to 20. So we identify the line where y is equal to 20. So in the y-axis, it's here. So the line where y is equal to 20, it's right here. Okay, so this is where we are going to write our line. Now, since it's equal to itself, so it means that this line is going to be a solid line. So I've just used a pencil. Okay, this is where our line will be, as you can see. Let me show you nicely. This is the line. Okay, this is the line y equal to 20. Okay, so this line where y is equal to 20, it's this one, which is exactly passing on 20, cutting this axis. Okay, so greater than or equal to 20, we understand that the wanted region is this, greater than or equal to 20, the upper region. So we are describing using the wanted region. So we are going to shade down here. Okay, this is where we are going to shade down here. Okay, like this. All right, so this is how we are going to shade the line y greater than or equal to what? 20. So I'm just using a red pen for me. For you, don't use the red pen, even though during the exams there are no instructions if you're supposed to use a pen or a pencil. Okay, but normally the preference is a pencil, so that it's very easy for you to erase your work. Okay, but if you use a pen, you make a mistake, it will be very difficult for you to erase. You cause dirty on your graph paper. So our last remaining part is this part right here. Okay, this one right here. So this is for Roman numeral 3. I think we can even indicate somewhere. This is for Roman numeral 3, I think. It was for Roman numeral 2, yes. I'll indicate here. Roman numeral 2. The Roman numeral 1, AB, then 2. Yeah, this one should be 3. Roman numeral 3. So, how can we answer for this one? X plus y less than or equal to 70. So, for this one, it's very easy. It's very easy. You can just go where 70 is. In the y-axis, 70 is here. Then we also go in the x-axis where 70 is, which is right here. Okay, but we can plot for this. For this one, what we can do is this. Since we don't have, I've showed you that you can just go straight, or you do this. You have x plus y equal to 70. So what you need to do is to come up with a table of values. Now this table of values, 3 points are enough. 1, 2, 3. So if you have x and y, okay, you need just to plug in the points for the y-axis. Now these points, where are you going to get them? These points, will just get them from here. You have your range, okay, so you can pick any of these points. So I'll just pick let's say I'll pick 20, 30, 40. Okay, it's fine. So let's say I pick 20, 30, 40. So the moment you pick these points, then you can solve for y right here using the same equation, this one. So what you do, since you are solving for y, we just say y equal to, we make y the subject of the formula, so this x will be 70 minus x. So you say y equal to 70 minus, so where there is x, you put a 20. So this will give us y is equal to a 50. So 70 minus 20 to be a 50. So we put a 50 here. Again, we say y is equal to 70 minus x. So we say y is equal to 70 minus, we put a 30 where there is x. So this will give us 70 minus 30, it will be a 40. So we put a 40 right there. So I do hope that you are following. Okay, then from there we say again y is equal to 70 minus x. So this is y is equal to 70 minus, where there is x, we put now a 40. So 70 minus 40 to give us a 30. So here we can put a what? A 30. So now these are coordinates. 20, 50, 30, 40, 40, 30. Let us just plot them. Okay, we see what we are going to get. So what we have is 30, the first one is 20, 50. So my 20 in the x-axis is right here. Then in the y-axis, you can see that a 50 is right here. Just put a point. Then again, we also have another coordinate right here, which is 30, 40. So I'll plot 30 is right here. Where is the 40? I also put a point here because the 40 is here in the y-axis. Okay, so you can see this point and this point. And then we come to the last one where we have 40, 30. So the 40 is in the x-axis. You come in the x-axis, the 40 is right here. Where is the 30? This is where the 30 is. So you can see when we keep on plotting, this will give us a straight what? A straight line. So you just have to get your ruler like this. Okay, make sure that this ruler is on the straight points. Right, guys, so this is what you come up with. This is the line that you come up with. So this is why at first I said, when you see something like this, the moment you have x plus y less than or equal to 70 in this case, just go in the y-axis where 70 is, and you also go in the x-axis where 70 is. Then you make a straight line touching both axes on 70. Or you can do this. You still draw the line on the same points, okay? So from here, what we need to do is, this is the x plus y less than or equal to 70. So we know that this lower region is less, the upper region is greater. So we are describing this using the unwanted region. So the unwanted region is the greater part. So this is where we are going to shade according to the instructions. So let's shade there. Right guys, so this is our line, x plus y less than or equal to 70. So I do hope that you have understood. So the points, they said we must indicate where the points x comma y must lie, the unshaded part. So they are going to lie right here. You can see this side is shaded, shaded. So the only unshaded part is this. So this is the region where x comma y is going to do what? To lie. So we have finished answering our question, and this is how you can answer it. This is how the graph will look. Okay, so make sure that you watch the video again, you go through, you try to understand. So this is our just first video. Okay, so we have answered. Okay, so I think this was our last question. There's no any other question. Okay, all right, thank you so much everybody. We've come to the end of our lesson. This has been your presenter, Mr. Mlenga. Bye bye.